Hello students, welcome to a new lecture of chemical bonding in which we are continuing with the theories which comes in chemical bonding, or you can also call it as theories of bonding. To explain bonding, how many theories we have and how they will explain the shape of the molecule, the geometry of the molecule and the hybridization of the molecule also, right? And the first theory is valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. In the name itself the meaning lies. It is commonly called as VSEPR theory, right? In the name itself you can understand the meaning that which electrons are involved in bonding of the molecule. So many electrons will be present in every atom, but the electrons which are present inside or the core electrons will not involve in the bonding, as we already know. But then which electrons will involve is only those electrons which are present in the valence shell. So they are called as valence shell electrons. The electrons present in the last shell only involves themselves either in the form of covalent or ionic or coordinate or whatever may be the type of bond, but these electron only involves in bonding. The inner core electrons won't involve. So do you need to study about those electrons? No need. If they are not at all involving in the bonding, why are we supposed to study them? Those who are important or those who determines which type of bonding takes place, how strong will the bonding be, are these electrons. So we need to study about them only, right? So therefore in this theory they paid attention to those electrons present in the valence shell, right? And they named that molecules as AB2, general terms AB3, AB4, AB5 and even AB6. A is the central atom present in the molecule and B is the peripheral atom or surrounding the central atom. Central atom, I am telling, it may be metal, it may be non-metal or whatever it is, but the central atom should be A, right? If AB2 type of molecule is present, that means it forms this type of bonds, and the bond angle between them, what was the definition of bond angle? The angle of separation between two bonds of the central atom is called as bond angle, and it is 180 degrees, right? The next type of molecule is AB3. And if the bond angle is 180 degrees, what will be the shape of the molecule? Is the shape of the molecule looking linear to you? Yes, the shape is linear. Example of those molecule is beryllium dichloride. Next type of molecule is AB3 type, in which central atom is A and three atoms which are surrounding the central atom arranges themselves in such a way that the angle of separation between them is 1. Why they are arranging in this manner, we will come to it later, but let us look at the general arrangement of all the types of molecules, whether AB or AB2 or AB3 or AB4, AB5 or AB6, right? With AB3 type, the angle of separation between two bonds of the central atom is 120 degrees and the shape becomes trigonal planar. Linear means suppose A is in the center, B at one corner, B at one corner, that is AB2 type of molecule. Example is beryllium dichloride. When you say boron trichloride, example you can take is boron trichloride, boron trifluoride, those molecules comes under example of AB3 type of molecules. Their shape will be, boron will be present in the center of the same plane. On the paper, if you take boron is in the center, above boron is one chlorine, on right side of the boron another chlorine, and left side of the boron another chlorine, a little right down downwards of the right, downwards of the left, right? Just like a fan it is. Therefore the angle of separation is 120 degrees and the example is BCl3, right? Coming to the third type of AB4. AB4 type of molecules can have two types of arrangement. One is tetrahedral arrangement in which the bond angle is 109 degrees. In which the bond angle is 109 degrees. Tetrahedral arrangement can be possible for AB4. If tetrahedral is there, the bond angle is 109 degrees. Otherwise, square planar. With square planar, the bond angle will be 90 degrees, right? Coming to the next type of arrangement, which is AB5. AB5 type. What is the example of tetrahedral? Is methane, ethane, all organic compounds, or carbon tetrachloride, right? Are examples of tetrahedral shape AB4 type. 109 degrees bond angle. What is the example of square planar? Metal complexes like this, right? Metal complexes like palladium trichloro, tetrachloro palladium, right? That are the examples of, or even with platinum also. That complexes of metal complexes are square planar type. Coming to the next type is trigonal bipyramidal. Next type is an example of trigonal bipyramidal, right? In which center atom is present, is taken as A, and the angle of separation in this type of molecule is the atoms which are present on the plane of the central atom. The atoms which are present on the same plane of the central atom are called as equatorial, and above the plane of A and below the plane of A are called as axial atoms, right? So the angle of separation between equatorial atom is 120 degrees and the axial atom is 90 degrees, right? So this is which type of molecule? AB5. The example is phosphorus pentachloride. The next type of arrangement is AB. Till now we have not seen valence shell, right? Before seeing the valence shell electron, what we should first know is how many types of molecules are possible, right? Next is SF6 example, in which 6 atoms are surrounding the central atom, in which 4 are on the plane, one is above, another is below, right? On the plane also 90 degrees angle separation, above the plane and below the plane also 90 degrees angle of separation. This is AB6 type. Now coming to the theory, all these are given by Valence-Vesper theory only, but what it says is the bonds are arranged in a given angle, right? Why? Because whether the electrons are lone pair of electrons or bond pair of electrons or lone pair and bond pair of electrons, they always try to arrange in such a manner that repulsion between the valence shell electrons, in the valence shell electron pair will be present, right? Electron pair can be lone pair, electron pair can be bond pair. This is a bond pair or not? This is also a bond pair. Same way, all these are bond pairs. If I am taking another molecules in which apart from lone bond pair, even lone pair of electrons will be there. Whatever may be the electrons, whether bond pair or lone pair will have repulsions between them. Suppose if you take this molecule, this is a bond pair and this is another bond pair. Where are they present? They are surrounding the sphere of the, suppose A atom is spherical in shape and they are surrounding around A, right? Around A, if they arrange, suppose they can arrange in this manner also, right? Why only linear? Is if they arrange in any other manner apart from this, if they arranges themselves in any other manner apart from this, what happens is bond pair and bond pair come closer to each other, leading to repulsions between them. If the molecule has more repulsions, the molecule will not be stable. So the best way to avoid repulsion is to arrange themselves in some direction only, and it is this. If the molecule is of this type, the arrangement will be this only, which is linear. Then only repulsion can be avoided. Then only molecule becomes stable. Suppose if the molecule is AB3 type, if I take any other, I would have taken this arrangement also, in which, why only this I took is, if you take any molecule with this formula, a shape other than this shape. If I take any molecule of this formula, a shape other than trigonal planar shape, what happens is bond pair of these two and bond pair of these two and bond pair of these two should not be closer to each other, should not be far away from each other. The best angle of separation between this bond pair and this bond pair is 120 only. This bond pair and this bond pair is 120 only, and these two bond pair is also 120. If the bond angle reduces from 120 or increases after 120, their repulsions will be high, and therefore minimum repulsion should be there in the molecule. To avoid repulsion, which shape they will try to take is this. Only then repulsions will be there, will be less. Same way in tetrahedral also, repulsions can be minimized only when the bond angle is 109 degrees, and therefore the shape has to be tetrahedral. Repulsions can be minimized in this type of arrangement only when they are separated by a 90 degrees angle away from each other, then only repulsions can be minimized. Same way for trigonal bipyramidal shape. Trigonal bipyramidal is this, trigonal planar is this, and this is octahedral shape, right? So now these are the molecular arrangements which will always try to take such an arrangement in which repulsions are minimized. Why? Because the repulsions between electrons is very high. What is the order of? Because we know that there are lone pair of electrons, there are bond pair of electrons. Repulsions can be between lone pair, bond pair, lone pair and bond pair, right? You know that whenever lone pairs are coming closer to each other, the repulsions will be very high. So always lone pair and lone pair, one lone pair and another lone pair should be as far away from each other as possible, so that repulsions are minimized, right? Till now in all this we have seen only bond pair, but if lone pair also gets added, we will see that examples in the next theory. Repulsion, chances of repulsion increases even more, so the bond angle changes. As expected, their bond angles will be even different, right? So because lone pair and lone pair repulsions will be very high compared to lone pair and bond pair, and then bond pair. Even though bond pair electrons and bond pair electrons has repulsions which should be minimized, but that repulsion is comparatively way more lesser than the repulsion between lone pair and bond pair, which is lesser again than lone pair and lone pair. If you take an example of water molecule, on oxygen there are two lone pairs, right? If you take an example of this water molecule, in which what will you find is a lone pair. On oxygen atom, which is the central atom, you will find two lone pairs and you will also find two bond pairs, right? So how should you arrange that molecule in such a way that repulsions between these two should be minimized, repulsions between these two should be minimized, repulsion between these two should be minimized? That can be only done not by this arrangement, it can be done by this arrangement only. Suppose if these are the bond pairs, if they are getting separated by an angle of 109 only, or actually its expected shape should be tetrahedral. Its expected shape is tetrahedral, in which 109 should be the angle of separation between each, then only it can get tetrahedral shape. But if you take 109 degrees between each, repulsions will be way more. Therefore, what they do is, here instead of 109 degrees, the angle changes to 120 degrees, means they will go far apart from each other, and instead of 109, it decreases to it increases even more of 120. This becomes in between these two 120, in between these two 120. Then only the repulsions between this bond pair and this lone pair can be minimized, and you will get a stable water molecule. So, in a nutshell, I will conclude valence shell electron pair repulsion theory means VSEPR theory says that the arrangement of any molecule should be in such a way that repulsions between lone pair and lone pair, repulsions between lone pair and bond pair, and repulsions between bond pair and bond pair should always be minimized. You should try to minimize the repulsion of any molecule, then only molecule gets a stable form. It's not important what is the hybridization, what is the shape, what is the angle. What is important is, if you are selecting this hybridization, this bond angle, this shape, are the repulsions getting minimized or not? That is important. If repulsions are minimized, those forms, those shapes and those geometries are correct, otherwise they are wrong. That is the fundamental concept of VSEPR theory. Next theory is valence bond theory, which we will see in the next class. Okay. Thank you for now.